stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through.
The section we're in right now is Arneson River Theater. That stage was actually had the swimsuit competition for Miss Congeniality. That was filmed right there. This bridge we just went under, for any Tejano fans out there, that is Rosita's Bridge. Anyone been to the Fiesta de Noches they have down here? No? Well, every year they have a celebration called Fiesta de Noches on the river, and for 26 consecutive years, Rosita Fernandez, a famous Tejano singer, played on that stage. She was like the main event, the main attraction everyone wanted to see. 26 consecutive years. That is a pretty good track record. That's why they named it in her honor. You guys looking at these bowls right here. Bunch of bowl hooey is what I say. No, I'm just kidding. That is the Western Art Museum. That is the Frisco, everybody. Any Western fans out there who want to get a little history lesson, they have an interactive diorama of the conflict of the Alamo, as well as Santa Anna's ceremonial sword from the Battle of the Alamo, and Pancho Villa, the legendary rider, his last known saddle is in that building, everybody. So if you're a Western fan, that is something you got to go see before you leave. Alright, I know people like to touch bridges. Don't touch this one, I'm telling you. It's bad luck, it's bad juju. If you look at the sides, it's got pigeon poo on it. This is Pigeon Bridge. Pigeon Bridge. Look at all these white stains coming down the side. Yeah, you don't want to touch it. It is a cool bridge in the fact that it was put here in the 1890s, and it's one of 10 in America of its design. 3 of which are on the river. I can show you guys later on. See this big old tree on our right? This big tree on this island? So this island is actually made up of this tree. This tree is the island. All that right there on the ground, that's the roots. This whole island is made of the roots of this tree. It is known as Marriage Island because if you look at it from a sky view down, it is shaped a naturally heart-shaped island. It is shaped in the form of a heart. 300 marriage ceremonies happen there every year. We just saw one, I'm telling you. They have 300 every year. It said you get married on that island, you'll have good fortune in your marriage. So what people like to do is they get married there, they rush off to Vegas with their newfound luck, and they lose big, man. I'm telling you, they lose every penny. They come back and they go, you know, I don't like you that much now that you got money. They come to this island on our right. It's called Divorce Island, everybody. I'm just kidding. That's a joke. The real Divorce Island, if you look in the distance, you're going to see a great big tower. That's Bear County Courthouse. That is Divorce Island. All right. I like to ask this question because I never get an answer. Like, no one ever answers this positively. Is anybody staying in this hotel to the right? Nobody. No one's staying in the Westin. I knew it. I got one person. In all my boat rides, one person said they're staying here. I guess they're not doing too good. But there is something cool about that building. They say that inside of it there is furnishings from a 17th century European castle. They have the statues and furniture in there. I haven't seen it because I'm out here all the time. So I'm always asking, you guys staying there? You see that? Did you see those furnishings? But nope, I haven't got an answer yet. This big old building on the left, you guys look at the top of it, you're going to see a bunch of gargoyles. See those gargoyles? Does this building look familiar to anybody? You guys ever seen Spider-Man? Yeah, you guys seen Spider-Man? That ain't the Spider-Man building. I lied. I lied. But if you look, you can see gargoyles up there, and then right below these windows, there's a bunch of faces known as grotesques. The reason this Gothic architecture is on the building is because the owners are very superstitious, right? They believed putting that Gothic architecture would ward off evil spirits and bad business. This did not work out, with my friends. That building was completed in 1929. What happened in 1929, guys? The Great Depression. Thank you, sir. Yep, the Great Depression happened, and we ended up selling that building for $300,000. It was built for $3 million. That's a net loss of $2.7 million. What would you guys do? You woke up, $2.7 million missing from your bank account. I'd go crazy. No one would hear the end of it. If you look at the back of it, see that big old ship-looking building? See how it looks like the bow of a ship that's centering the river? It said if you guys listen carefully, you will hear the horn of that ship. There it is. All right, I want want everyone to look at the sidewalls over here. On the sides of the ship, you're going to see, or the sides of this boat, these walls, you're going to see a bunch of scrapings on them, right? The reason is, there's actually a floodgate right here in the water, right below us. There's a floodgate. In case of a flood, what will happen is that floodgate will come up and slam into that bridge, closing off all the water. So all the water will be going that way instead of in and damaging all the businesses in this way, right? Back behind us, see those lights? Those lights are another drop. That is a 15-foot drop back there. So we're not going to be going that way unless you guys are feeling adventurous. Huh? Should I go back there?
Yeah, let's go.
Yes. All right, we're turning around. We're going back. I'm just kidding. We can't do that. But yes, there's 15 feet of water under us right now. In case of a flood, they'll close that off, drop those. All this 15 foot of water will go rushing south, and any new water coming in will come rushing this way, back south. They'll have 15 feet of clearance. So the reason for that is back in 1921, this river actually flooded 9 feet above street level. So you see that next bridge? 9 feet above that bridge, that's how high the water got during that flood. It killed 50 people and caused millions of dollars in damage. More on that later. Everyone look behind me. It's the bridge we just passed under. See the chain link fence behind that concrete fence? Those little bumps on that fence are the love locks. There's a lock store right up here. What people do is they buy a lock, they engrave their initials and their lover's initials onto it, they lock it to the fence, they take the keys and they throw it into the deepest section of the river right here, symbolizing that they will be together forever. That being said, there are a few people that put combination locks on there. I guess they weren't feeling too sure, wanted to get their lock back. I actually saw someone on Wednesday looking for their lock. I was like, no, it didn't work out. Sorry. So, back to that flood. That flood happened in 1921, right? After that flood happened, they were actually thinking about demolishing this river. They wanted to get rid of it altogether. They were thinking, you know, we'll just fill it with concrete powder, mix it together, and it'll just be a big slab of concrete. They were going to get rid of it. However, Robert H. Hugman, the father of the Riverwalk, came along and actually said, you know what? There's business potential. If you open up businesses along the river, just open a flood control system, we can have a lot of profitable business here. He ended up saving the river from getting turned into another piece of concrete, like this big concrete jungle we're in. This could have just been nothing but concrete, nothing down here. But his flood control system saved us from that, so we like to talk about him a lot. Thank you, Robert Hugman. Everyone looks at this big tree to the left. This is actually the oldest tree on the river. This big one with lights on it right there. That tree is estimated to be over 325 years old. You see those lights on that tree? Those are natural grown lights. They grew on that tree. They're 325-year-old lights, everybody. I'm just kidding. So we call that tree the Ben Milam tree. Back in 1835, during the Battle of Behar, an American colonel was shot by a Mexican sniper from atop that tree. That is a 90-foot tall tree. It's kind of hard to hide from a Mexican sniper who is 90 feet in the air. He has full reign over everything. He can see everything. So he shot Ben Milam, killing him instantaneously, and they named it in his honor. Alright, everybody, back to that flood. Everyone look at this big building on the left. See that first set of windows, that third pane where the ceiling is? That's how high the water got during that flood in 1921. This building actually opened up in 1921, 1 week before that flood. That's a bad omen. If you open your business and a week later it just becomes a swimming pool, I don't think it was meant to be. But yeah, they got washed out by that flood. Over here on the right, this is the Esquire Tavern. It is the oldest bar on the river. It was actually opened during Prohibition when alcohol was deemed illegal. So what they did is they were a barber shop, right? They're a speakeasy disguised as a barber shop. On the first floor, everyone was just getting haircuts, having a good time. But in the basement, they had a secret basement. Everyone was getting drunk down there. There was a secret bar, right? In case the cop came, you know, looking around, a police officer looking for bootleg alcohol, they'd come in, just see people getting haircuts, be like, oh, it's just a barber, you know, they'd leave. Little did they know, if you were to go into the bathroom, knock on a secret door and say a password, they would let you into that bar downstairs. It's still there today, open on the weekends, so if you guys want to see it, it is available to be seen on the weekends. You guys may notice there's a bunch of people waiting in line to get on a boat, wishing they were you. Hey guys, how you guys doing? Give them your best royalty wave, huh? Yeah. We call them tourists. We call you guys celebrities. So they are actually in front of our ticket location known as the Aztec Theater. That opened up in 1926 as a luxury movie palace that showed black and white films back in the day. It was a very, very popular theater up until the 1970s. I don't really know why they went into decline in the 70s. Maybe they're still showing black and white silent films. I don't know. No one wanted to see those in the 70s. But they were thinking about demolishing that whole theater. They were going to get rid of it altogether. It was deemed a National Historic Site, however, and saved from demolition. So thankfully that happened because it is a cool building. For any Selena fans, we just passed under Selena Bridge. Any Selena fans? No? Dang, well, yeah, there we go. That's Selena's Bridge. Selena's Bridge. We got one. You guys are few and far between, man, I swear. So, oh, there we go. Yeah, Selena was a very famous Tejano singer, right? They actually made a film about Selena in 1997 starring Jennifer Lopez, and it said the real Selena got married or proposed to on that bridge, right? So they shot a scene in 1990, or they shot a scene on that bridge in 1997 with Jennifer Lopez getting proposed to on that bridge as an accurate historical event or representation of what happened, right? Remember, that was Selena getting proposed to, not Jennifer Lopez. Jennifer Lopez was proposed to all over the world. Selena was proposed to on that bridge. All right, we got a cool optical illusion, guys. As we come out from under this bridge, the first building on the left, if you look at the very top of the first building on the left after we come out from under this bridge, you'll see it is a completely flat building. Everyone see that? Whoa! So the reason it looks so flat like that is because it's actually an iron building constructed into the shape of a triangle. That's what gives it that sharp edge on the side. It's got that really sharp edge from that triangle. Now, this, right back there, sir. Follow the boats, follow the boats. Someone's asking for directions, huh? Yes, but that opened up in 1930 as Nick's Hospital building. It was the first air-conditioned hospital in the nation. So, if I had my choice of hospital back then, I'd be going to that one to cure my heat stroke, right? Because Texas gets so hot, man. It gets so hot out here. They're actually shut it down and they're turning it into a hotel. They're turning that old hospital into a hotel, which I don't know if I need to tell you guys, but that just sounds like you're asking for bad juju. That sounds like you're going to need to call the Ghostbusters or something, right? I wouldn't be staying in that hotel. Alright, we got some live music coming up. As we pass it, I want everyone to start cheering. I'll count to 3 and we'll all start cheering and clapping for this music, right? Alright, everybody. 1, 2, 3. Woo! Yeah, there we go. You guys looking for a nice, cool place to cool out? They got the misters here. They got that bar. Some jazz music. It's gonna be a good time, you know? So the building there in front of us is known as the Hyatt Regency building. That was built in 1981 and it is directly in front of the Alamo. So if you guys were looking for the Alamo, that is the fastest way to get there through that big wall of glass. I'm gonna stop and let the next boat come by us. I'm gonna let them pass us up. Yeah, that guy behind me, he's a busy guy. He's a busy guy. He's got to fix everything out here. He's got to pick up trash out here. He's got to fix the boats out here. So I'm going to let him go do his job. But while he's doing that, I will do my job. Back to the Hyatt Regency, right? That is the fastest way to get to the Alamo from the river, through that building right there. Go through that big wall of glass, in case you guys haven't been there yet. So, it's actually Texas state law that no shadow shall be cast upon the Alamo, right? When they built that building, they had to shadow test every time they made a floor. They had to test to make sure the shadows did not fall upon the Alamo at sunset. They wanted 30-plus stories to be built onto it and only got 16 before their shadow was going to be cast and they'd be out of regulations. I mean, it's unfortunate for them, but, you know, for us it's whatever. One less hotel room. You guys are feeling hungry. you guys are in luck because we are now in the largest population of restaurants on the river. This is Restaurant Row, everybody. Yes, as you can see, a lot of people coming through here eating a bunch of food. We got Mexican food, we got Tex-Mex, we got barbecue, we got Chinese Mexican food, we got Italian Mexican food, everything, man. Yeah, this has the largest population of restaurants on the river. I will say some are better than others. Not going to name their names. They know who they are. But for any of my drinkers, I will tell you guys, there is the largest margarita on the river in this Cafe Olé right up here. It is a 64-ounce margarita, my friends. 13 shots of tequila. That is a tall order right there. You drink 2 or 3 of those, you're not going to be finding your way home, man. I'm telling you, it's a tall blast. Right up here on our right, there's a statue of a man. That man is Robert H.H. Hugman, the father of the Riverwalk. He is the one who saved all of this from becoming concrete. He's the one that implemented the flood control system, so we like to talk about it a lot. His flood control system was completed in 1941, but everyone is afraid to open up their restaurant on the river. They thought it was going to get flooded out, right? There was a flood in 1942, and his flood control system worked, so everyone started jumping on the opportunity to open up their business on the river. This one right here on our right is the first business to open on the river. This is Casa Rio, the first restaurant on the river. They have some pretty good salsa. If you guys are thinking about eating later, this may be the place to go. Yeah, they're almost 80 years old today. That's a pretty successful business, huh? It's probably the best vantage point to get a picture of that Hilton if you guys wanted to get that. But we are going back into the man-made section of the river. Out with the old, in with the new. We're entering the newest section of the river. So, the reason they made this section of the river back in 1968 was specifically to transport guests and customers for the World's Fair from behind us. They have all these hotels and restaurants behind us, right? They wanted a way to transport them to the new attractions down here to the right. So they ended up cutting out all of this and turning it into the river. What they would do is they would load people onto boats, those wooden gondolas they would push with sticks. And they would just transport people up and down this part of the river. Luckily, these days we have these electronic boats, these electric boats. I don't have to push you guys along with a stick. I don't know if I could push 50 people. I'm not the strongest guy, you know. Sounds like it'd be kind of hard. If you guys look directly ahead of us, you're going to see a great big old building. Next to that great big old building to the left is another great big old building. See that? It's the Marriott Hotel. That was made in 1988. However, there was another hotel there in its place called the Fairmont Hotel. That opened up in 1906 and was deemed a National Historic Site. So when Marriott bought the land that it was sitting on, they wanted to demolish the building and build their Marriott there. They could not do so because it was deemed a National Historic Site, and it is illegal to destroy National Historic Sites. So what do? They can't destroy their building. They can't build their building because it's in the way. They actually picked up the entire Fairmont Hotel, moved it 6 blocks away on pneumatic tires, drove it down the street. Took 5 days to do so, has the world record for the largest building to be moved on pneumatic tires. I was late to work all 5 days. My boss was like, "Where are you?" I told him there's a clown driving a building down the middle of the road. I can't get past him. Yeah. If you guys look up on the right, you're going to see the main attraction for the World's Fair up here in that clearing. If you didn't see it, I'll point it out again. But that is the Tower of the Americas, everybody. You guys haven't been there yet? I think it might be worth going to do. It is the second largest freestanding tower in America at this time. But back when it was built, it was the largest in the world, in America, standing at 750 feet tall. The top of it does rotate, and there's a restaurant up there, right? So what you do, you go up the elevator, don't take the stairs, it's 952 stairs. I'm telling you, you're going to get to 200 and be like, why did I do this? I got 800 more. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm going back down. Take the elevator, go to the top, and there's a restaurant up there. Order some food and sit down. You're going to notice it looks like the whole city is rotating around you as you sit up there and eat your food because the top of the building rotates, right? Yeah.